Giuliano, Heliora, and the Arcturians are of course with us and have been working with us as we spend our quiet time together, coming into resonance with the energies that are here for us today. No doubt we have all noticed how the energies that are being directed to us at this time are of a higher frequency than previously experienced, and the energies which is coming to us primarily, but through others of course, through Sirius, is giving us within ourselves a certain experience. So let us begin to move into that experience that is coming to us from the central sun through Sirius, and of course many others, the Arcturians very much next to Sirius, in the way they also are combining their energies. So we take a breath inwards. We bring our focus to our breath as we inhale the light of spirit, as we move down into the relaxation within our bodies and feel a new sensation within the body. As we just stay with that for a minute or two. And we all allow that new sensation to build within the body, within the physical. It is all part of spirit coming into matter. For there is an increase taking place in the integration of the light body of our fifth dimensional self, from our soul star chakra above our heads into the physical, both the physical body and the human presence. So let us see ourselves now in our circle. Those of us all together, whether on YouTube or Zoom or in person, are an ever-growing circle. We are all in a circle now, in the Arcturian crystal temple. As they bring the crystal temple consciousness to us, surrounding our circle, surrounding each one of us, and offering to us to merge with this higher consciousness. So let us return to this new sensation within the body, for it is not only a physical sensation, it is also the higher sensation of the light of spirit in the cells of our physical bodies. This light of spirit grows within, gradually filling our physical bodies, our aura, and moving through all of our chakras. So, the crystal temple is of course at a higher frequency than the physical, and yet there is so much light held within us now that we are able, whilst being in a physical body, to be aware, to sense, to feel, to know the spiritual light, the consciousness of the crystal temple within us and around us. We do not rise to meet it out of body, for it can be experienced within the body, as the body is also learning to exist in the light of spirit. It is, of course, a joyous thing for the physical body, yet, as we all know, it can also be difficult and challenging. So whilst the physical body is programmed for ascension, it does need to be given the rest it needs, love and care. So let us take care of the physical body, which will help it greatly to integrate the higher frequencies of self. For indeed, whilst so much is being received from the higher dimensions, the higher beings of light, it is the light of our own soul that receives and brings into the physical, as it descends down through the crown, and as it also enters into the high heart from behind. So we are in a process of transformation. It is not necessary for us to consider how we will transform ourselves. It is all taking place for us as we simply receive by grace all that is offered to us. And we do, of course, receive more and more each time that we make our inner connection, that we come into our I Am presence, and we live from the heart rather than the head, radiating love, peace and acceptance, non-judgment, greatly accelerating the process for us. I am a being of light. I am my consciousness, no longer words within our head, information, but a true experience of the truth within, which is undeniable and without question. So let us spend a couple of moments in this space, the truth of self, and allow your consciousness to simply expand of itself. Allow your frequency to simply rise of itself. For we are learning to surrender, to let go of the ego mind and its identities, thus removing all blocks to enlightenment and the fifth dimension. So we move into the lower fifth dimension, assisted by the Crystal Temple consciousness and the work that the Arcturians are doing with us now. For we have learned that the lower cannot raise itself, only the higher can raise the lower, and so we surrender to the highest. And these waves of consciousness flowing through the physical body, moving through the aura, contain such an experience of peace, of bliss, of awareness. So we fall into that self deep within that is always at peace, no matter what is taking place in the outer self or the outer world. One self-awareness, one's higher consciousness is always calm, always peaceful, and this can be experienced within, in the midst of inner or outer chaos. It is the presence of the divine self, which we have been separated from for so long. Let us bask in the beauty of the experience of self. So it now becomes so clear who I am. And the distinction with the ego mind, the ego personality, which formed within me and which I took its identity. as we come into this experience, so it loses its power over us. And as its power weakens, we enter more and more deeply into that inner place of non-doing, that place of higher consciousness, where all takes place through us, not by us. We come to see that this is where our freedom lies. How we were so taken with the ego mind and the ego personality, all the identities that it formed. And as we experience more deeply, more intensely, the true self within, we find we no longer need those identities of who we thought we were, and they gradually fall away, dissolve from memory as the past gradually leaves us, until all that remains is myself, my I am, and free from all identities, all history, the shadow having been cleared, trauma and hurts and pains having been healed. It is when I come to nothingness, when I am nothing, I discover all that I am. So our journey is accelerating. Our activations are accelerating as at an increasing speed we are being activated into our fifth dimensional selves, into our light body. And as the light body descends, so we raise ourselves upwards to meet it. So much assistance being given here in the Crystal Temple consciousness. You may be feeling pulsations in your heart, a tingling in your hands. A tingling through your whole body, maybe a pressure within your head. More and more of light body, integration into the physical, as the cells of the body learn to adjust to higher light. So we become beings of light in a physical form. And we look towards Sirius. So many times brighter than our own sun. Through our third eye and the flow through our heart, we send our connection to Sirius. Immediately, of course, Sirius responds. So hold your focus from your third eye upon Sirius. The divine feminine is being received from the central sun, from Mother God, by Sirius, and directed to the planet, to each one of us, as we consciously receive from Sirius this balancing energy of the divine feminine, which brings calmness and peace to our inner world. It expands the opening of the high heart, which also facilitates the opening and clearing of the third eye. receive in silence for a while as we continue to focus through our third eye upon Sirius, the magnificent beings of Sirius, Goddess Isis, and so on. Arcturus, of course, all combining their energies with Sirius to bring such balance into our being as the divine feminine activations are taking place. Even the ego mind is drawn into it, to peace, as the emotional body is brought into balance. The mind quietens, it slows down, it welcomes peace. Agitation begins to leave the nervous system. And we are drawn to the beauty, the peace and the love of the higher realm as we enter into divine bliss, divine love, experienced from within. And we welcome higher and higher frequencies, larger and larger amounts of divine love and light into our being and into our bodies. And as we receive more and more light, we feel the ascension process that we are in, ascending into higher and higher light. And it is the Divine Mother who needs us. As we integrate more and more of our body of light into our physical bodies, into our human self, life upon the earth becomes an enjoyable and exciting experience. So much to experience each day, filled with the love of the Mother as Gaia's Kundalini rises upwards, also part of the Divine Feminine being awakened within us, as it also is awakened within her. It rises through the earth from her core, and from our base chakra rises up through our central column. It surrounds our aura, fills our aura, enters into our heart, and we feel comforted, we feel safe upon this earth plane, and we feel the love of the Mother within our hearts as we merge with her through the heart, coming into oneness with the heart and soul of Gaia. And she is, of course, at this time aligned with Sirius, in balance with Sirius, as they jointly balance within the energies of us. And there is no room now for low self-worth, disappointment in oneself, or any of those illusory lower emotions. for I know who I am. And I am untouched by negative thought programs, beliefs, and so on, educated into my mind and never questioned, which created my misconceptions about myself and who I am. And I know that who I am is continuing to grow and expand as each day that I connect to more and more of my multi-dimensional self and more aspects of myself, of my soul. So we spend a few moments now in connection with one soul, as you open to your own soul. Without fear, without judgment of self, it is able to enter into your heart, to fill your heart and mind permeate your body and aura, and you become filled with the divine beauty of self. As you come into true self-love, it opens the door to the many dimensions of self. We are ascended masters, regaining our self-mastery. As we embody Christ consciousness, so we lift the entire world into its ascension, into the fifth dimension. So let us feel the oneness with each other through the one heart, as we use the strength and power of the group to lift us all and to lift the world. The crystal temple is not only without, but it is also within me. Sirius is in my heart. For Christ within me is re-emerging. So feet on the ground, and you anchor your light into the earth.